Okay, we've checked into our hotel. I managed to get a little bit of a sneaky early check-in, which was great. I turned up a little bit earlier, but the room was ready, so here we are. I am brain dead today. My first train was at 5:45 in the morning, which meant I had to get up at 4 in the morning. And when I'm sleep deprived, there's not much going on up here, so bear with. For the rest of the day, it's very low-key. I'm just meeting some family for some food, which is glorious. And then I can just chill out for the rest of the day. So it's a little bit of a fast changeover. I just need to dump my stuff and freshen up a bit and then go and meet my family. But before I do that, I thought I would give you a little room tour. The room is absolutely stunning. I feel like just the fact that I'm even here and I've booked a hotel for myself, it is such a treat. I have never, ever, ever, ever done that for myself. Because I'm from Edinburgh, I usually just end up staying with family. But I really, really, really wanted to indulge and treat myself for this trip, and I'm so glad I did. Let's show you around because the room is gorgeous, it's glorious. So when you first come in, we've got a glorious bathroom to your left here. I feel like I'm terrible at tours, I never really know what to say, so just bear with. I'm also dealing with very little sleep here, so yeah, so it's got everything you need. We've got towels, we've got some lovely products here that smell absolutely glorious. We've got our shower room here. It is huge. I feel like it's going to be a very, very nice shower in there tonight. And then we've got this lovely full length mirror here. And then when you come into the room, we've got gorgeous big huge windows here. And then we've got this area with our 2 wardrobes. I love this here. It's got like the little desk and then a little area to get ready in the morning. Got your mirror, you've got a lamp, you've got a little coffee machine. I was told that the coffee and the tea and the water was complimentary, which is amazing. I will definitely be taking advantage of that. And then this area is really nice. We've got a couple of really comfy, like spongy seats to sit and watch the television. I will definitely be partaking in a little bit of that tonight. And then the main attraction, look at that bed. It is, I feel like you can't get the scale of it in this video, but it is absolutely huge. Maybe I should get in it and that'll show you like quite how big it is, but look at that. It's so pretty, so aesthetic. But yeah, how gorgeous. I'm loving how like warm the lighting is as well. I just know that when it gets dark, when these lights are on, it's gonna look so nice. Bed check. Oh my God. Look at this bed.
I'm hushing the dog on the chain. I'm running up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops.
Do you memorize every little thing I've ever said?
Yeah.
Is this taken?
Good morning. Good morning from Edinburgh. This feels very bougie, sitting in my hotel. I don't think I have ever, in all of the times I have ever visited Edinburgh while I've lived in Skye, I don't think I've ever got in a hotel. Because I'm originally from Edinburgh, all of my family live in Edinburgh, so I tend to just stay with family when I'm visiting here. But this time, I just felt like I wanted to give myself a little bit of a treat, and I'm so glad I did. I'm staying in the nicest hotel. It's called Tiger Lily. I had actually never been here before. I think possibly, maybe, I have been maybe to the cocktail bar downstairs for like a drink like years and years and years ago, because it is a cocktail bar and restaurant, but also like a boutique hotel. So the reason we are in Edinburgh is actually really quite exciting. I've been invited to a book signing. It's for a book called How to Kill a Witch, and I've looked into it a little bit, and it's basically, I think, a book that goes into the backstory of how women used to be tried and killed as witches. Sounds like it's going to be very interesting because, to be honest, obviously it's something as a woman I know used to happen, but it's not something I know a hell of a lot about. It'll be really interesting. I think it'll be a very interesting book. We're getting a signed copy of the book. The thing that's making me a little bit nervous is it says that there'll be like some fun activities for the little chat with the authors and the book signing and stuff. And if it's anything to do with like group activities, I'll be a little bit out of my comfort zone because that stuff makes me really nervous. But you know what? Life's all about getting out of your comfort zone. So yeah, I'm going to meet my sister. We're going to have a little wander. Of course, go to a couple of coffee shops. There is one thing on the list of things that I want to do today. I have an agenda. I really want to pick up a copy of Wuthering Heights because, I mean, obviously it's a classic. Lots of you maybe have already read it or know of it, always known of it, and I do love classic books. My favourite being The Great Gatsby is probably my favourite. Wuthering Heights has always kind of like been on the list, but it's always just went under the radar. I know that there's been lots of like film adaptations and TV adaptations, etc. But obviously, like many of the girlies, the new trailer that came out for the new movie has me very excited about the whole story. But that's what I love about like classic books, classic stories. How glorious is it that it's such an old story and such a classic book that someone like me, I obviously had heard about it, but even someone who hadn't heard about it, how nice is it that when things get redone in a new style, it brings in a whole new audience and it's just so timeless, and that is just what makes a classic, isn't it? Just something that can just stand the test of time and new audience will come flocking in. Yeah, so very excited. So that's one of the things basically on the list of things that I need to do before the event tonight. So I'm going to meet my sister, have some coffee, have a lovely wander around like the old town and things, and yeah, seek out that copy of Wuthering Heights. So the best thing about this hotel, all of my introvert girls who are watching will get this, and I feel like you'll be giddy and excited for me because as an introvert myself, when the receptionist said to me, when she whispered these sweet words as I was checking in, I have breakfast included in my stay, which is phenomenal, love that. Fully just thought I would have to go down, you know, to the restaurant to be seated and have my breakfast down there. No, she said that breakfast can be room service breakfast. So all I had to do, there was no verbal communication required at all I had to do was fill in a little slip, put it on my door, and they're going to come a knocking. I think I chose 9 and half 9. So I chose what I wanted for my breakfast, and they're going to knock on the door and they're going to bring it in, room service breakfast. I'm so excited. So I'm about to go and meet my sister. She did say that the weather was a bit iffy. I think it's like on and off drizzly rain, which is a little bit annoying, but it could be worse. It could definitely be worse. But yeah, that's me ready. I'm ready to go and hit some coffee shops and find that book. So let's go.
actually. Just in case it breaks, man.
Look at this book. Look how gorgeous that is.
What I want and not being able to find it. Great Expectations.
You gave me a fright there. I thought that was it.
Little Women. I would be shocked if it wasn't yours.
Like, what are they? All ready to go to our book signing. I am excited but a little bit nervous as well. The jitters are kicking in. It is a social event and I feel like social events just by default give me a little bit of anxiety. However, I am very excited that we were given a +1 because obviously I'm going with my sister and she can be my little comfort blanket. I know that we're also getting a drink upon arrival, which always helps kind of calm just some initial jitters. So it'll be fine. It will be fine. This is the outfit. It's nothing hugely fancy. It feels fancy for me because I never get dressed up. I've got red lipstick on, which feels very, very outside of the normal day-to-day for me. I have gone for an oversized t-shirt. I feel like this t-shirt's a little bit on the nose because I bought it specifically for this event. And it basically just says Witches Brew on it. We've got some glorious witches dancing and doing witchy things on the front. But I've just paired it with nice big chunky tights and then my chunky Doc Martens.
History. We need to know about the history of witchcraft trials, and that was where my interest in righting the wrongs of the witchcraft trials took place.
Well, I didn't know anything about it. So when Claire and I met, the numbers and the whole scale sort of buying into what has happened with witches and people believing in it, and the fact that I come from Fife. Anybody here from Fife?
See it, Zoe.
Fife for life.
How to kill a witch.
What was she saying about your name?
What?
It fell down and there was 6 casualties.
Wanted you to send in questions beforehand.
calm and doesn't have the thought of car insurance.
Morning. It is Check-out morning. I am quite sleepy this morning. I think the last day or so in the city has really taken it out of me. Being around large crowds just really drains my energy nowadays because of where I live. But it has been so fun. Last night was so fun. It was such a lovely book signing. Just the energy in the room was just really nice. And I think my sister really enjoyed herself as well. That free little glass of wine done the trick for the nerves. It was really good. We actually went for a cocktail before the event as well, which was quite nice. One of the highlights of the trip, which is that breakfast is included, but one of the options for it is to have it as room service. Room service breakfast. So I can be non-verbal, well, kind of, I'm talking to you, but non-verbal in my bed in my hotel room with a gorgeous, glorious breakfast in front of me. How luxurious. It's the best thing ever. As soon as when I checked in and the receptionist said that, you know, yeah, your breakfast is included with your stay and, you know, you can choose to have that as room service, I was like, come again? Room service breakfast? Honestly, it feels like such a treat for a little introvert who, you know, doesn't like to go out into the world and communicate first thing in the morning. This is great. Lovely glass of iced orange juice. We've got our latte, and then I have gone for a vegetarian breakfast ensemble. We've got some toast. Of course, we've got tatty scones. We have veggie haggis here. Got some tomatoes, some mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. And then we've got a little pan of course, some baked beans. We've got some tomato sauce, some brown sauce, and some butter for our toast. I am so excited for this. This is the first sip of coffee for the day. We actually have really nice coffee. One of the things that was really sweet about last night is I got a couple of comments about my t-shirt. People saying that they like my t-shirt, which was really sweet because I bought it literally for the event. Tatty scones has to be like one of my favourite foods of all time. True story. When I lived in Australia for a year and when I came home, the first thing I ate, and this is no word of a lie, the first thing I ate was a tatty scone. As soon as I got home, I went to, I think it was Asda's at the time, next to my mum's house, bought some tatty scones, fried them up, had some tatty scones, and I was just like, oh, how I have missed you. I'm gonna leave you here because I want to destroy this breakfast, and then I am meeting my sister for maybe like a coffee or something before it's time to get the train home. I'm excited to go home. I just miss my dogs so much. Fraser's been sending me videos and pictures of them and I'm just like, oh my god. So I can't wait to get back to them. Okay, it is time to check out. Bye room. I'm gonna miss this little room.